Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Catherine Pinn. Today on TBC News, we investigate the tragic murder of Kaylee Robinson. We were the first to break this story to you, and we have now gained exclusive access of the 911 phone call from that evening.
Please help me. My friend has been stabbed. Kaylee's been stabbed. I saw her. There's blood everywhere. Please come quick.
We now break to our investigative reporter who is live on the scene. Good afternoon, Ted.
Good afternoon, Catherine.
Can you tell us about where you're at this afternoon?
Absolutely. I'm in Historic Folsom, where Kaylee Robinson was last seen alive after being stabbed 15 times in the parking lot.
That night, Kaylee met her boyfriend and friend for dinner. Kaylee and her boyfriend got into an argument, and she left. She was followed by her ex-coworker to the parking lot, where she was stabbed. A witness has identified the suspect as Eric Skelton. We are now joined by the witness.
Kaylee was my best friend. She liked to have a good time and go out, but I mean, who doesn't these days? She was a good person. She had a good heart, and she was my best friend. I don't know what to say. It's just unreal. Yeah, she was dating this guy, Chris. I didn't really like the guy. He's kind of a jerk. She could have done better. I'll just say that. But yeah.
Did Kaylee ever tell you anything about Eric Skelton?
Yeah, she told me this story about him like a year ago. He asked her out and she said no. Obviously, he's totally disgusting. I don't know why she would ever date somebody like that. And I don't know what he was thinking, but he freaked out because she said no, and he threw all this stuff. He got fired from his job, and it really upset Kaylee because she's a nice person. She doesn't like to hurt people's feelings and everything, but this guy was a total psycho, and I told her to, be careful of him, but I never thought he would ever do something like this. I'm sorry.
And now for our interview with Kaylee's mother.
I heard from her the morning that she was killed. She had called me with some exciting and yet scary news. She found out she was pregnant, and she was going to tell her boyfriend that evening. She was worried about how he would react, and I told her that it would be fine. I was devastated. She's my only child. She's my baby, and now she's gone. They said they know who the suspect is. They haven't found him yet. He's still out there on the loose. I don't understand how somebody could just cold-bloodedly kill her.
This kind of case is all about possession. It's about ownership. The suspect, Eric Skelton, has developed a possessive attachment to her. He blames Miss Robinson for getting him fired, but he still has that possessive attachment to her, so he does nothing to get revenge. His attachment becomes his obsession. He starts to build a world around his obsession, and he starts following her. He takes pictures of her in her daily routine and downloads every picture that he could find of her on Facebook. He posts that all over the walls in his house so that he can feel like she's there with him. And then something happens that shatters the little world that he's created for himself. Miss Robinson gets a boyfriend about 2 months before her murder. Skelton feels betrayed, he is hurt, and he's very angry. He is enraged at her new relationship and believes that she has ruined his life. She now carries the child of some other man, and he feels like she's cheated on him. And his perfect little world has now fully collapsed. His possessive rage reaches a climax, and he begins to realize that she will never be his. He cannot control her. And then the only way to make her his is to kill her.
Last night, the friends and family of Kaylee gathered together to pay their respects at a candlelight vigil. It was a very emotional scene as her loved ones honored her life in the wake of a tragic death. Candles, flowers, and cherished photographs created a sentimental portrait of a young woman's life that was taken too soon. The family will have a private memorial service for her later this week. TBC News was able to get interviews from her childhood friend and Kaylee's boyfriend.
It's a travesty. I don't know all the specifics. I hope they find out what happened and get down to the bottom of it, find some justice.
She came to me that night saying she was pregnant. It was a shock. I told her I just needed some space. I needed to clear my head and think. And then I left the bar. I didn't know that was the last thing I was going to say to her, last time I would see her. I can't believe this happened. I hope they find him and make him pay.
What a tragedy it is. This is Ted Nelson reporting with TBC News from Historic Folsom, California.
Thank you, Ted. If you have seen or heard any information about Eric Skelton, please do not hesitate to come forward to the authorities. We will post all of this information online after the show.